Here we go with, we're on Monday on week 24. That's Monday on week 24. So the first one here, we've got a negative number or a minus number, and we're adding on another negative or minus number. So we'll start at 0, and because it's a negative number first, we're going to count back 3. So we get -1, -2, -3. We land on -3. Then we have to count back another 6 from there. So 1, that's -4, -5, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is -4, -5, -6. And I'll leave you count on the rest and work out what number do we land on at the end here. And that's the answer. Question 2, a fridge costs €300 plus 20% VAT. Now VAT is value added tax, and you mightn't realize it, but we pay VAT on nearly everything that we buy. It's included in the price. So this time it's not included in the price, so we have to work out what it is. Now 20% as a fraction is 20 out of 100, and we can simplify that, get rid of the zeros, that's 2 over 10, and we can simplify that to 1 over 5 by dividing the top and the bottom by 2. So 20% is the same as 1/5. So to calculate a fifth of 300, we're going to take 300 and we're going to divide it by 5. Okay, I'm going to let you work out the answer to that. And once you've got that, that is your VAT. And you need to add it on to the €300 here to get your total price for the fridge. Number 3, it says double the perimeter of this shape and draw using the grid. Now, if the perimeter is all the way around the edge, so if we look at the top here, it's 3 squares across. So if we double that, it's going to be 6 across. It's 3 down, so it's going to be 6 down. If we look up here, that's 1 down, so that's going to be 2 down. This is 1 across, so that's going to be 2 across. Hopefully you have the idea there, and I'm going to let you finish out that shape yourselves. Number 4, change 9 2/3 to an improper fraction. So at the moment it's a mixed number. It's units and a fraction. So what we need is a fraction where the number on top is bigger than the number on the bottom. So we're going to keep everything in thirds, and to find out how many thirds in 9, we just multiply 3 times 9. And then we're going to add on our 2 other thirds to that answer. So 3 times 9 plus 2, and that will go on the top here, and that'll give you your improper fraction. Number 5, we've got 2 take away 1.75. So if we write them on top of each other, we've got 2 take away 1.75. So to tidy this up, I'm going to put a little decimal after the 2, and I'm going to put in 2 zeros there, and now it's just a takeaway sum. Okay, we're going to have to borrow and pay back, but once you complete this sum, you'll have the answer for number 5. Number 6, we start off at 0.50, 0.75. How much are we going up here? Now you can work that out by doing 0.75 take away 0.50, and you're going to get an answer of 0.25. So it's going up by 0.25. So we need to jump up from 0.75. We need to add on 0.25 to that. Okay, and if we do this sum, we'll have our answer for in here. Number 7, simplify 20 over 25. Well, what's the biggest number that goes into the top and bottom? I think 5 will go in there. So 5 into 20 for the top, and 5 into 25 for the bottom. Now, 6 divided by 0.5. There's a few ways we can do this one here. Okay, 6 divided by 0.5. Well, we know that 0.5 is a half. So that's the same as 6 divided by a half. Now you can do that in your head. How many halves in 1 unit? There's 2. So in 6 there must be 12. But a trick for doing these is to change that to 6 multiplied by, and you flip this fraction upside down, so 2 over 1. And we'll make that 6 over 1, and we get 6 2's on the top is 12, and on the bottom we get 1, and that's equal to 12. Number 9, we have 0.09 multiplied by 100. So 100 multiplied by 0.09. Now this sum is a lot easier than it looks. We're going to multiply by the 9 here. No need to multiply by these zeros because we're just going to get 0. So when we multiply the 9 and get our numbers in here, all we have to do is count up in the sum how many numbers after the decimal. Okay, so there's 1 here and there's 1 here. There's 2 altogether. So in your answer, you're going to count over 1, 2 from the right hand side, and that's where you'll put your decimal. Same thing for number 10, 1.5 multiplied by 0.4. Okay, we can multiply by the 4, no need to multiply by the 0. 2 numbers after the decimal. So when in your answer, you're going to move over 2 places from the right to put in your decimal. Number 11, round 0.297 to 1 decimal place. So it's going to be 0 point, and there's just going to be 1 number after the decimal. And to find out what happens to that number, the number 2, does it stay the same or go up? We look at the next number, which is 9. So that means it goes up, so it's going to go to 0.3. Now, number 12, we have 6 3/5 plus 2 4/5. So for these, I'm going to add the units together first, so 6 plus 2, and then I'm going to add my 3/5 and my 4/5. And all together, when I add my units, I'll get 8. When I add my fifths, I'm going to get 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to get 7 over 5. Now, we don't want to leave our answer like that because it's got an improper fraction in it, 7/5. Now, 7/5 is equal to, we divide the bottom into the top and we get 1, and there's 2 left over. So that's 1 2/5. 1 2/5. So we have 8 plus 1 2/5 is going to give us 9 2/5 for our final answer. Number 13, you can multiply these. We can do 7 times 3 times 2. We can do 3 times 7 times 2, 2 times 7 times 3. It doesn't matter what order we do them in. We'll get the same answer here. Number 14, write them on top of each other. 6.645. Keep the decimal, the units, tenths, hundredths, thousandths, all in their proper places. And if you do that, you can't go wrong. Okay, in your answer, your decimal will stay there. This one, 6 1/5, take away 4/5. Now we have a problem here because we can't take away 4/5 from 1/5. So what we're going to have to do is take one of the units out of the 6, and there'd be 5/5 in that unit. So I'm going to write down 5 there because I've got rid of one of those units. And there's 5/5 in it, and I'm going to add it onto these fifths here, and I'm going to get 6/5. Okay, so 6 1/5 is the same as 5 6/5, but now we can take away 4/5 without any problems. So 6/5 take away 4/5 gives you 2/5. So our answer is going to be the 5 units and 2/5. So 5 2/5. Number 16. Now this whole circle here, if we went all the way around, that would be 360 degrees. But they only want to know what this angle here is, this reflex angle. The way we're going to do that is take this 50 away from the 360, and that'll tell us what angle is left over. Number 17. 2/3 of a class of 30 are wearing a uniform. How many are not wearing it? Well, if 2/3 are wearing it, that means 1/3 of the class are not wearing it, because those who aren't wearing it, 2/3, plus those who are wearing it, 1/3, must add up to the whole class, which is 1 unit. So to find out how many, we know the fraction, but we need to find how many now. So we're going to take the number of people in the class and find 1/3 of that. So 30 divided by 3 equals, and you tell us the answer there. Number 18, we've a division sum and it's going to have a remainder. Okay, so 10 into 3 doesn't go. 10 into 37 goes 3 times with 7 left over. 10 into 71 goes 7 times and there's a remainder of 1. So it's going to be 37 remainder 1. 9.7 take away E equals 9. Well, if we want to know what E is, we can do 9.7 take away 9. And I'm going to tidy that up. I'll put a decimal there and a 0 here. And the answer will tell us what this E is worth. And last one, number 20, write the decimal 4.05. So all you have to do is write here 4.05. Okay, that's Mondays, guys. If you're stuck on any of them, rewind the video and go back through it, and I'll be back with you for more tomorrow.